Friends of the media, distinguished guests, good afternoon. Thank you for joining the 78th press conference on Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region. Today's conference will be hosted by me and spokesperson Elijan Anayat. We have invited 9 representatives from local communities in Xinjiang. They will join us via video link. They are Aligam Jens, teacher from Changji Prefecture Children's Center. Huang Tingting and his roommates, postgraduates from the College of Life Science and Technology, Xinjiang University. Yusuf Guji Abdullah, villager from Jie Township, Yutian County, who is now working in Wuhan. Osman Mamat, Deputy Director of the Department of Medical Affairs, Xinjiang Children's Hospital. Liang Qiang, manager of Jincheng Restaurant in Changji City. Ma Lianhua, resident of Gongyuan Community, Tubiek Subdistrict, Tacheng City. Dildar Uji, worker at Urumqi North Xishun Road Community. Ahmad Gali, villager from Yongku Tuanjie Village, Chimen Township, Kucha City. Dilaihan Salam, villager from Araimak Village, Yurchi Township, Kalpan County. Apart from the friends from the media present today at the venue, we also invited some overseas media via video link to participate in our conference, and it will be broadcast to over 60 countries and international organizations. Today's conference is themed Ethnic Unity Stories in Xinjiang. I would like to introduce to you a Chinese painting named Joy of Harvest, as you can see from the screen. It was done in the 1970s by the renowned artist Huang Zhou. The original is preserved in Xinjiang Art Museum. It depicts the happy scene where people of all ethnic groups in Xinjiang singing and dancing, celebrating harvest. It shows the happy life of people in Xinjiang, as well as the equality, unity, progress, and development enjoyed by people of all ethnic groups in Xinjiang. Xinjiang has always been home to various ethnic groups. Through the course of history, they have forged close bonds and supported each other in building a better home and better future. They have formed an ethnic relationship of equality, solidarity, mutual support, and harmony. They are closely related members of the broader family of the Chinese nation with a shared future. The Han people cannot live without ethnic minorities cannot live without the Han people, and ethnic minorities cannot live without each other. People of all ethnic groups live, work, and enjoy together. We cherish ethnic unity the way we protect our own eyes and life. And we're closely united like the seeds of a pomegranate that stick together. Now please watch a video. It shows in Urumqi, people of different ethnic groups doing square dancing in Nanhu Park. Please enjoy. Such scene is taking place every day in the evening in Nanhu Park, Urumqi. So it shows the happy life enjoyed by people of all ethnic groups in Xinjiang who enjoy singing and dancing. It is very common in Urumqi. Xinjiang has fully implemented the CPC's policies on ethnic affairs and the system of regional ethnic autonomy. Local regulations, such as the regulations of Xinjiang on the work of ethnic unity and progress, have been enacted. It has unrelentingly promoted ethnic unity by carrying out ethnic solidarity campaigns and has taken various measures to promote interaction, exchanges, and integration between different ethnic groups with a view to fostering a strong sense of community for the Chinese nation. On the contrary, in the US, racial discrimination continues to rise and racial hatred is tearing the American society apart. As we can still remember the desperate call of George Floyd's "I can't breathe," another African-American young man, Jalen Walker, was killed by over 90 shots fired by 8 policemen recently. It is a result of the evil theories of white supremacy and great replacement theory in the US. As a party to the UN International Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Racial Discrimination, the US is yet to take effective measures to redress systemic racism, which is a serious violation of the human rights of minorities and the principles of the International Convention. Instead of facing up to their own problems at home, some American politicians spare no efforts in smearing ethnic unity in Xinjiang. That is total hypocrisy and absurdity. Just like the roots of the pine trees in the Tian Shan Mountains, people of all ethnic groups in Xinjiang remain closely to each other. Next, let's listen to the stories from the representatives from local communities in Xinjiang. First, I'll give the floor to Baligan Jens, teacher at the Changji Prefecture Children's Center. Good afternoon. We're now holding a press conference in Beijing. We are introducing Xinjiang's ethnic unity to distinguished guests from around the world. So please brief us on the happy life enjoyed by the children. Hello, everyone. My name is Malikan Jens. I'm a dance teacher at Changji Prefecture Children's Center. I'm of Kazakh ethnicity, 26 years old. I graduated from Xinjiang Arts University, and I've been teaching dancing for 8 years. Standing behind me are the students I'm teaching. They are of Han, Hui, Kazakh ethnicities. The kids learn to dance a variety of dances, including Uyghur, Kazakh Dai dances, as well as younger of the Han people. Learning different dances enables the kids to different ethnic cultures. They are practicing the basic moves of Kazakh dances, which have a happy rhythm. It seems kids from Xinjiang are born to dance. Despite their young age, they are already good at many types of dances. This is Wang Luna. She's 10 years old, a girl of Hui ethnicity. She likes dancing very much and has taken part in many contests and won a lot of awards. Every kid in the class likes her. And this is Alina. She's 8 years old, of Kazakh ethnicity. She speaks perfect Mandarin. She enjoys helping other classmates. When some kids cannot do a move, she will show to them. And after class, the students will play games together and share with each other the toys and snacks they bring to the class. They wear uniform dancing suits, shoes, and stockings, so they won't feel restrained when doing the moves. The classroom is very large, with thick cushions laid on the floor and a large mirror from which the kids can see themselves from every angle. There are also facilities like loudspeakers, computers, and projectors to provide students with a better learning environment. In addition, the Children's Center in Changji Prefecture has also opened classes for electric piano, drawing, and taekwondo. They're all enjoyed by children of all ethnic groups. Many students will sign up for these classes every year. Next, the kids and I will perform a dance for you, a Kazakh dance. Please enjoy. That's all from me. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now the image is clear. Thank you, Ms. Botkin. Due to technical issues, my image wasn't very clear. could you please perform the dance again? And it was really a beautiful dance, but we just couldn't see clearly. So thank you for performing the dance again. Thank you very much. And thank you. And big thanks to these lovely kids. Thank you for your introduction. We can understand at the Children's Center, children of different ethnic groups are growing up happily together. They have been living together since a very young age. And thank you in particular to this brilliant dance. And thank you again, and wish you and the kids all the best. Goodbye. Goodbye. And next, we will invite the postgraduates from Xinjiang University, Huang Tingting, and her roommates to talk about their stories within the university.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Now we're having a video conference in Beijing. And we're introducing the ethnic unity in Xinjiang to the foreign media outlets, both home and abroad. And we know that Xinjiang University, the students from Xinjiang University enjoy the ethnic unity. And there are lots of stories and examples about ethnic unity. And just a few days ago, Chinese President Xi inspected Xinjiang University. Have you seen President Xi? Yes, we saw him. We were so inspired and we're so excited. And I also wish that you can work hard about the speeches that President Xi given in Xinjiang University and enhance the ethnic unity. Okay, now I will give the floor to you and share with us your stories. Good afternoon. My name is Huang Tingting, and I am a second-year postgraduate major in the microorganism in the College of Life Science and Technology and am Han. My name is Zhang Jiaxue, and I'm also major in the microorganism, and I am a postgraduate at Han. My name is Amidai Alip, and I majored in the zoology. I'm a Uyghur. Good afternoon. My name is Aishiamuguli Matirozi, and I major in the zoology in the College of Life Science and Technology and am Uyghur. Now I'd like to tell you about the stories in our dormitory. In August 2026, our 4 girls from different parts of Xinjiang came to the class 1 in the College of Life Science and Technology, Xinjiang University. And my hometown is in Yutian County, the home of Jade and Huang Tingting and Zhang Jiaxue. They are from Yili. Although we are from different places and ethnic groups, we share the same goal and ambition. And we want to finish our studies through our own efforts and mutual help. All of us have achieved outstanding academic results, and we were granted a graduate school entrance without examination and met with each other again in Xinjiang University. And we format in undergraduate studies and now became friends in postgraduate studies. We get along well with each other. We accompany and encourage each other. And after the holidays, we will share with each other the local specialties. And we also help each other in the lab. And we can feel the sweetness of the family in the dorm. And to meet each one is fantastic, and to know each other is wonderful. Although we are from different places, we get along with each other. And it's like the family, and we enjoy the solidarity and respect and harmony. And I'm so lucky to meet them. And I believe that the flower of the ethnic unity will always prevail in our room and in our dormitory. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you very much for your introduction. And it's been good to seeing you that get along with each other, you study together and help each other. And we really appreciate that. And to see that people and students from different ethnic groups to help each other. And each and every ethnic group that's a member of the Chinese big families. And we wish you have a good academic performance. And just like you said that the ethnic unity will always prevail. Okay, thank you. Thank you again. Goodbye. Bye. And in Xinjiang, there are lots of examples about the ethnic solidarity. And in the Alatun village in Hami City, there is a pair of good friends. They're from the Han ethnicity and the Uyghur. They have been living together and worked together for more than 4 decades. Now, let's see this video about them. Please enjoy.
哎，大哥你好，现在弄啥了？在家嘞，身体怎么样？好多了吧？我叫郑来建，当初是1979年，我和我表弟来到哈密，在阿里人村碰到爱海提，爱海提最后把我带到他们家，住到他们家，我找过，一住了10来多年，1分钱也不生活，每年干到年底回去，第2年来，他就是直接来奔他，就像亲戚一样，直接就到他家来了。 从这以后，我们真正的是兄弟一样、亲戚一样。这个库尔班节啊、六十节啊，我们一家到他们家，家到我们家，经常还有用。
أنا عباد الله وشلنا سشدنا الله أنا سنة وهذا سامع ويكا راجو شمشة السن من سجلنا بسوا شاملنا بسوا سامع ويكا شافنا نبت شاب 过，想不好，就是把这个头看了，他过来，这钱不给嘛，我们呢，这个3个我们还没抢，他好好想好了，他现在他想好了，他还没是工作的呢，我们的那个娃娃结婚时间也就是那个他们还讲说，他们说好了，一分钱不要。我们那这个50%我们去帮忙的多，我们那这个50%什么一辈子忘不了。现在有些就是外国的朋友很多说的了，我们生活好得很。
我叫阿达雷提艾海提，我从小听着我爸和刚爸爸的故事长大的。虽然他们不是一个民族，但是他们亲兄弟一样的关系对我的影响很大。他们是我心目中就是我的亲人。我们各民族每天生活在一起，过得很舒服，很开心，就像一家人一样。
Okay, thank you for your time. And from that video, and it's just they're just ordinary people, but we can see that the true feelings between them, the brotherly friendship between the different ethnic groups, and their brotherly friendship has moved a lot of people and has also enhanced the ethnic solidarity in Xinjiang. And also in Xinjiang, there are many young men of the ethnic minorities. They come and work in the other parts of China, and they have find. And how did they get along with the local people there? Now we'd like to connect with a people named Yusuf Hujabdullah, and who comes from the Yutian County in Xinjiang, who now works in Wuhan. We will connect with him via the video link. Yusuf, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Can you hear us? Now I can hear you clearly. Now we're having a press conference in Beijing, and we're introducing the ethnic solidarity in Xinjiang to the friends of the media outlets, both home and abroad. And we know that you come to work from Yutian County to work in Wuhan. Could you please give us a brief introduction? Could you please share with us your life and your work experience in Wuhan, please? Okay, now I will give the floor to you. Good afternoon. My name is Yusuf Hujabdullah. I'm now working in a technology company which makes air conditioners. It's been 3 years since I left Xinjiang and started working here. My hometown is Jiayi Township in Yutian County, Hotan Prefecture. And when I used to do farm work with my parents and did odd jobs, and my parents couldn't have the steady income. So I decided to work outside and earn more money to change our life. And in November 2019, I passed the recruitment exams and started working in the company. And the company signed a labor contract with me and paid for my pension, medical, unemployment, and work injury insurances. There is also the free health checkup every year. And the company also provided me with the free accommodation. And our dorm is equipped with the bed clothes and wash products, and also the air conditioner, toilet, and water heater. And it's very convenient. And my roommates and I are living together happily. At the very beginning, I was a little bit worried because I didn't know anything and I wasn't fluent in Chinese. So the company arranged the senior workers to teach us. And I also made friends with Master Wang. This is Mr. Wang, Master Wang. He's just, good afternoon, Mr. Wang. And I am a senior worker in this company, and my full name, and I met this young guy, Yusuf Abdullah, and he worked really hard, and he improved his ability a lot. And his standard Chinese has also improved a lot. Now we can communicate with each other in Chinese Mandarin. And he also improved his professional skills. Now, he can get along with our colleagues. And he can also finish the task in high quality and in time. And we get along with each other, and just like his elder brother. And he's a very nice guy. And Mr. Wang is a senior worker in this company. And at that time, at the very beginning, my Chinese was not fluent. And for some of the professional words, I couldn't understand. So Master Wang, and he taught me patiently. And he is just like the elder brother for me. And now I am a senior worker myself, and I have improved a lot. And my salary also rose to 5,000 yuan. And we have become closer friends. And when we get paid, we will ask friends to dine out. And they all know that I am a Muslim, and so they ask me to decide where to go, and they eat halal food with me, and they always pay for the bills. And they said that since I am far away from home, so they should take care of me. And when I am talking to you here, Master Wang is in charge of my work. And when we have more time, I often play billiards, the cards, or visit some scenic sports with my colleagues. And many workers in the company are from my hometown. So the company set up a halal canteen for us. And some of the Han colleagues, they go to our canteen to taste the specialties. And every time when it's holidays, we're the most happiest. And every time after the Spring Festival holidays, I will share with my colleagues the local specialties, for example, the raisins, nuts, and the figs. And they all think that Xinjiang is truly the hometown of fruits and the nuts. And they will also share with me their local specialties. And one is the holidays, the company will give us the kebabs and other delicious cuisine and organize the parties for us. And I teach them how to dance mass rap. They will also teach me how to sing in the Wuhan language. And many of my Han colleagues, they will greet me with the Yakshimsies, and which is the standard Uyghur language. And I am very grateful to my colleagues, and I feel like home here, and I want to better my life and improve my ability. Now I'm realizing my goal step by step. Okay, that's all from me. Yusuf, thank you. And we are really glad to hear your story. And previously, you were in Yutian County, right? I went to the ordinary senior high school and the primary school. Are you graduated? Yeah, I graduated from the senior technical college. And after you came to Wuhan, now you are fluent in the Chinese language and very logic. Now you work You worked in Wuhan from your hometown, and just within such a short time, you adapted to the new environment and mastered the professional skills, and you have improved a lot. And just as you have mentioned that Master Wang and the other colleagues, they have helped you a lot. And I think that it manifested the ethnic solidarity. And I think your story and your experience is just the vivid example. And I wish you all the best during your stay in Wuhan, and wish you get a pay rise. And I also wish that you get along with your colleagues, and all the best. Okay, thank you. Thank you again. Okay. Goodbye.
Dear friends from the media, in Urumqi there is a hospital, the Children's Hospital of Xinjiang. It is in a para-position program with Beijing Children's Hospital. Doctors of different ethnic groups are working together and closely united together in the hospital with high professionalism. They have done a lot of work to local people, especially local teenagers. Now let's invite Mr. Osman Mamat from Xinjiang Children's Hospital to talk about his story and the story of the hospital. Good afternoon, Osman. Good afternoon. This time we meet via video link. We are already friends. Today we are having this press conference in Beijing to share with friends from other countries the ethnic unity stories of Xinjiang. Earlier, I visited the Children's Hospital where Osman worked at, and I learned that doctors of different ethnic groups have a lot of touching stories to share with us. So today we are inviting Mr. Osman to talk about the stories. Please go ahead. Thank you. My name is Osman Mamat. Very happy to join you today. Now I will introduce some basic information of our hospital. We are a national level, we are level 3 pediatric hospital with treatment, education, research, and healthcare. Now with the trusteeship of Beijing Children's Hospital, we are stepping up efforts and building a national level regional pediatric center. Now we have 574 open beds, we receive 300,000 patients each year, and we have 874 employees from 13 ethnic groups, including Han, Uyghur, Kazakh, and Dawar. 40% of the workers are of ethnic minorities. The workers, doctors, and patients of different ethnicities are closely united, and ethnic unity can be found everywhere in the hospital. In the department of neonate, it is the disease checking and critical neonate transport and treatment center of Xinjiang. We are mainly in charge of the prefectures in southern Xinjiang of neonate disease checking. For 25 years, through checking, diagnosis, treatment, we have helped over 500 patients from 8 different ethnic groups. This is Professor Li Mingzhu, who is the creator of neonate sciences in Xinjiang, and also the leaders and Kazakh experts, Professor Nuria. With their leadership, the neonate department has carried out diagnosis and treatment in southern Xinjiang. And the department of the blood and tumor, it is the first in Xinjiang to treat children's blood diseases. Every day, a large amount of blood is needed. With the leadership of Dilmurat, Sirajdin, and Yao Tong, the workers and even their families of the department of the hospital have been mobilized to donate blood to children with critical diseases. And every year, blood donation for children has been the norm. All we want is the early recovery of patients. This is the leader Yao Tong, who is donating blood. This is Professor Dean Moret, who is leading the team in the treatment of children's blood diseases. On different festivals, the department will organize events so the patients can feel like home. This is Abdul Sami Abdul Rahim, an expert in urology. He's a ethnic minority. With the guidance of Professor Sun Ning of Beijing Children's Hospital, he has led his team in developing 10 new technologies and enhanced the treatment of different and complicated cases. And also, we are already the leader of children's urology in Xinjiang and appreciated by the families of patients. This is Abdul Sami Abdul Rahim. With the guidance of Professor from Beijing, he is leading the teaching, research, and treatment of children's urology. And this is Vice President Ms. Luo Xinhui, who receive a lot of patients every day to better treat patients of different ethnic groups. And in 2018, she formed Xinjiang Alliance for the treatment of pediatric different and critical diseases. With this alliance, she has trained pediatricians at community levels, altogether 108 of them. And in this method, she has trained a lot of doctors at community levels, and also for the patients who cannot come to Urumqi, the pediatricians are organized in discussions and treatment of diseases. Teams led by Vice President Luo has a success rate of rescue of over 95%. Many patients have been cured by her around Xinjiang. And even now, many of these cured patients will come to the hospital to show their thanks. This is Vice President Luo Xinhui. In critical diseases and blood diseases, she has carried out a lot of treatment, and these are the doctors at community levels. In our hospital, there are a lot of stories like this of ethnic unity. Actually, in every corner of the outpatient, such scenes can be found. Earlier this month, we joined Beijing Children's Hospital and launched a volunteer diagnosis, providing thousands of patients of different ethnic groups from across Xinjiang. And with the support from China and the autonomous region, and with the support of experts from Beijing Children's Hospital, now the workers of our hospital are closely united together. And we are jointly working to build our hospital into a national level regional pediatric center. And we are also striving for the goal of a healthy Xinjiang. That's all for my introduction. Thank you. Thank you, Director Osman. Thank you very much for your introduction. And from your introduction and from my past experience, I have seen a lot of scenes that I appreciate very much. Your professional skills and the solidarity and collaboration between you, and also the harmony between different ethnic groups. Just like you mentioned, there are ethnic unity everywhere in the hospital. Actually, Xinjiang Children's Hospital is an epitome of ethnic unity in Xinjiang, and ethnic unity can be found everywhere in Xinjiang as well. Thank you very much for your introduction. and please convey my greetings to your colleagues. Goodbye. Dear friends from the media, now I'll give the floor to spokesperson, Mr. Erijan Anayat. Good afternoon. The younger generation of different ethnic groups in Xinjiang have worked together to achieve prosperity, and these stories happen every day. Now I will invite the manager of Jincheng Restaurant in Changji City, Mr. Liang Qiang. He will brief us on his story of ethnic unity. Good afternoon. We are now holding a press conference in Beijing. Please tell us about your restaurant and your stories. Please go ahead. Good afternoon. My name is Liang Qiang. I'm from Changji. I'm the boss of Jincheng Restaurant. My name's Mehmet Jian. Now I'm the partner of Liang Qiang. I will show you around my restaurant. In 2005, I came to Changji and worked together with Mehmet Jian in a noodles restaurant. My boss said, we are good brothers and good partners. And my boss said, we are like noodles and kebab, and we cannot be separated. I'm 1 year younger than Liang Qiang. When I first knew Liang Qiang, he was very hardworking, honest, and gradually we became friends. When I first arrived here, I didn't know the city very much. One day he took me out to a kebab. We enjoyed the kebab and beer and felt we could really get along. In May 2010, our boss didn't want to work anymore and told Liang Qiang to take over. He was interested, but he didn't have much money. I encouraged, and so he took it over. I was very stressed out at the moment. We hired 2 decoration workers, but we could only work for them ourselves. We couldn't afford to hire employees, so Mehmet Jian made kebab in the front hall, and I made noodles in the kitchen. He helped us a lot. At that time, there are more people in Changji, and our business became much better. So Liang Qiang said we could open the restaurant for 24 hours. 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, despite rain or snow or wind, Liang Qiang would go to the market to buy meat and vegetables and stuff, and then return to prepare for the food. And I think only he could stand such hard work. When my father came to see me from hometown, Mehmet Jian would take them out to see the different places and take them to good food of Xinjiang. My father said, we are good friends, good brothers. And when my friends from Gansu come to Xinjiang, they were received warm-heartedly by Mehmet Jian. When my mother came to the restaurant, Liang Qiang would make food for my mother. In 2013, I wanted to buy flats, but didn't have much money. Liang Qiang said, if you don't have so much money, I will lend you money. Since we're brothers, you can pay me back whenever you feel convenient. In July 2019, we opened another branch. And Mehmet Jian is still my partner. He hired 2 kebab workers, and I hired 15 more. They are of Han, Kazakh, Uyghur, Hui, and other ethnic groups. We spent almost 2 million yuan for their salaries. We came from little workers to bosses. We are very proud. When we were young, our grandfathers tell me treasure isn't real fortune, but unity and harmony is real fortune. We have the ambition and dreams, and we are good brothers. Thank you very much. This is our story. Thank you, Liang Qiang and Mama Jiang. If we have the opportunity to visit Changji, we will go to your restaurant. And from the story of Liang Qiang and Mama Jiang, we understand the experience of them, and we are very much touched. The story of Liang Qiang and Mama Jiang also vividly shows solidarity and mutual help of people of different ethnic groups, and closely uniting as the seeds of the pomegranate. Thank you.
Just not long ago, in the short video platform, there is an extended family from the Taichung city with multi-ethnic groups has attracted many attention. Now we will connect with this family and let us share with us their story. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Now we're having a press conference in Beijing. Could you please share with us your family stories? Yeah, it's my pleasure. And this is my husband. And this is my fourth younger brother. This is my niece, Ma Xiaoning. My sister-in-law, my younger sister. And that is my niece. And this is also my nephew. My fifth sister-in-law. And this one is the husband of my niece. And that is my granddaughter, Masha. Her name is Masha. And my granddaughter. And this is my younger brother, the wife of my younger brother. And it's my great honor to introduce to you my extended family via the video link. Altogether, there are 7 ethnic groups in my family. And all of us, we enjoy the freedom to choose our own spouse. And our parents' attitude to the marriage, to all the daughters and the children, my parents, they are always respect and inclusive. As long as the children are willing and they enjoy a good relationship, our parents will support them. And my sister-in-law, my first sister-in-law, she is a Kazakh. And at that time, our family was not rich. And my parents organized a simple but lively wedding for them. And after the marriage, my sister-in-law's Kazakh style, the air-dried meat, naren, very soon captured our whole family, and we all love her cuisine. And my fourth sister-in-law, Tuhanguli Mehmet, is a Uyghur. And after all those years of marriage, they helped each other. And they enjoyed a very good relationship. My fifth sister-in-law, Wei Zhuqun, she is a Han. And she comes from Sichuan, Chengdu. And very soon, she joined in our extended family. When my parents were still alive, they often told us that to get along with brothers and sisters, we must help each other and unite each other. And we must think more for others and think less for ourselves. That is also our family traditions. And every year from spring to winter, we have endless festivals to celebrate. For example, the Nowruz and the Korban Festival, the Mid-Autumn Day, the Spring Festival. Almost every month, we will celebrate the festivals. And one is festivals. There are lots of different kinds of cuisines on our table. And we often jokingly saying that you can find all of the different cuisines across Xinjiang on our dinner table. And for example, 馓子 and the bread, 奶仁 the air-dried meat, and the pilaf and kebab. And regardless of the ethnic groups, and it is full of the different cuisines. And during the family parties, and you can see there is the accordion, the dombra, and for example, the Lift Up Your View, and the Kazakh song, the Black Working Horse, and the Uyghur mashup, and the tap dance. And our neighbors, they often join with us. And the atmosphere is very good and very lively. And that's all from me. And next, my niece, Ma Xiaoning. Good afternoon, Ma Xiaoning. Ma Xiaoning. Now we are going to hear about your story. My name is Ma Xiaoning. I'm a Uyghur. And now I am the 5th grade in the number 2 primary school in Taichung City. Welcome to visit my family. This is my mom. She is a Uyghur. This is my father, and he is a Hui. And my auntie, my cousin is a Russian. And altogether, there are 62 people in my family. Now you're only seeing a small part of it. That's all. Thank you. And my niece, Chu Hongyi, she will give you a brief introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chu Hongyi. I am of Russian ethnicity, and my mom is a Hui ethnicity. My father is a Russian, and they were high school classmates. And my father chased after my mother. And at that time, my father often came to my mother's home, helped my grandmother with the housework, and he often brought some little things to please them. Every time when my grandparents saw them, they burst into smiles. And if he didn't come for a time, and my grandparents will say that whether they quarreled with each other, and after the long time, my grandparents agreed with their marriage. And after the marriage, they get along with each other, and they really quarreled with each other. And they respect our own choice. My husband is a Russian, and my younger brother married a wife of Hui ethnicity. And just use my mother's words, they are all my children. Next, my 4th sister-in-law, Tuhanguli Mehmet, will give you a brief introduction. Good afternoon, my name is Tuhanguli Mehmet. My husband is of Hui ethnicity, and Ma Xiaoning is my daughter. And at that time, my husband often chatted with me and helped me with the housework. And my parents thought that this young guy was very nice, and he was honest and genuine. And if I married him, I won't suffer the hardships. And at the very beginning, I worried that my husband's parents won't accept me, but they liked me very much. Now we worked hard together, and our lives becoming better and better. And that's all from me. And this is my eldest sister-in-law, Kulai. Good afternoon, Kulai. I'm a Kazakh. And now our family is very lively, and every time we get together, you can hear there is a Chinese Mandarin, the Uyghur language, Kazakh, and Russian languages. And we often say that the children in our family, they can learn so many different languages from the childhood. And this is the husband of my niece. Good afternoon. My name is Chen Jian, and I am a Russian. And in Taichung City, you can see so many extended families just like us. And we believe that our children will also pass on this kind of love and relationship. And that's all from us. Thank you very much for your introduction. And through your sharings, we can see that the extended family of the 7 ethnic groups with 62 people. And you get along with each other and you live in solidarity and harmony. And we can feel the happiness and wish you enjoy a happy life in the future and all the best. And thank you again. And in Xinjiang, and the extended families with the multi-ethnic groups in that, there are so many families like that. And in the future, we will introduce them to you. Now we are going to connect with an officer in the community in Urumqi City, and her name is Dilidar Utigu. And she will give us an introduction about her community. Dilidar, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Now we're having a press conference in Beijing. Could you please give us an introduction about your community? Welcome to our Jishun Road community. And I am the officer. My name is Dilidar Utigu. Our community was established in July 2012. Now there are 1,740 households, 5,000 people. And there are 11 ethnic groups, including the Han, Uyghur, Hui, Kazakh, and Mongol. And I like to share with us our stories. And the residents will celebrate the festivals together, no matter which each ethnic festivals we will celebrate together. And you can see that this family, they're having the sanzi and they share with the residents. And our community will also organize many different kind of activities. We will gather together. And for the last Korban festival, we organized a party for all the residents, and all the residents joined together, and the atmosphere was very good. And in Xinjiang, as long as there is a music of the mashrab, regardless of the elder people or the kids, they will join in the dance. Second is about the neighborhood festival. And the close neighbors are better than the relatives. And our community has held the neighborhood festivals and invite all the residents to share with us. For example, in May 2019, at that he was alone but he fainted. At that time, his neighbor came and drove him to the hospital. And in the hospital, his neighbor paid for the hospitalization for Azaz. And with the procedure of the hospitalization, since then, the two families became very close friends. And the good communication is the key to the good relationship. There are lots of ethnic groups in our community. Some of them, they have the difficulty in communicating in Chinese language. So we have established the corridor of the ethnic unity. And in the evenings of the summer, the residents will gather together to play cards and to chat with each other and to enjoy the phrase. Very soon, the residents, they will communicate with each other in many languages. And it's very interesting that some of them, they will chat with the Chinese, with the Uyghur or the Kazakh language. And the third is about the assembly hall. And with such a big community, there is the disagreement is good afternoon. Now you are discussing the issues. Now we are having the press conference. Please say hi. And here in the assembly hall, we will help the residents to communicate with each other and solve the problems. And for example, the residents and they will discuss how to separate the parking lot. And for example, the resident named Parhat and Wang Xiaoli, and they quarreled with each other due to a car scratch. And they thought that so I invited all of them to come here and we communicated and they shared with us their opinions. And at last, finally, they apologized to each other and they became close friends. They also worked together to open an agri-entertainment. Parhati is good at the barbecue and Wang Xiaoli is good at the business management. Now their business is prosperous. At last, I'd like to share with you our concept that ethnic unity is our lifeline. And we understand that only with the ethnic unity, we will enjoy better lives. And only with the unity, our hometown will become better. And we will also embrace a brighter future. And thank you. That's all from me. Thank you, Dildarity. And through your stories, and we can see that the ethnic groups in your community, they help each other. And wish you and your community enjoy the better development in the future. And thank you again.
In the rural areas of Xinjiang, there are also a lot of stories of ethnic unity. Next, we will invite a farmer, Ahmad Gali, from Kuchak city, and he will introduce the story of his village where the Han and Uyghur villagers help together to achieve common prosperity. Ahmad, good afternoon. Ahmad, we are now having a press conference via video link. Please tell us about your story with your neighbors. Please go ahead. Good afternoon. My name's Ahmad Gali. I'm a farmer from Yongku Tuanjie village, Chiman Township, Kucha City. I'm 49 years old today. This is my Han mother. This is my wife, Ruzem. My standard Chinese is not very good. So I'll introduce myself again in the Uyghur language. So if you ask me what is ethnic unity like, I will tell you that the Han people and the Uyghur people are all the same. It's like the two children of one pair of parents. The Chinese nation is a big family. And in 2008, my husband broke his leg when riding a motorcycle. And at that time, he came to the hospital and looked after my husband. I said to him, please return home. I will look after my husband. And my husband said it was the wheat sowing season. But he said, it's all right if you don't sow wheat this year, but it's more important to get you cured. This son is even having a more closer relationship than our own son. About 20 days later, he returned. During the morning, he would do the farm job, and in the evening, he returned to the hospital to look after his father. He said, this is what I should do. When I was young, you looked after me, and now you are old, I should look after you. So I said, thank you so much. And he said, if there's anything you need me to do, just do not hesitate to tell me. The Chinese nation is a big nation, and we are closely united like the seeds of the pomegranate. We are working together to build a better home. The Han people and the Uyghur people are all the same. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ahmad. Thank you, Sister Wang. As neighbors, we have heard your stories. And Ahmad told about her story in Uyghur language and told us about the care he received when he grew up. At the age of 3, he lost his father. As neighbors, Mr. Sun and Miss Wang took him as their own child and looked after him from what he ate, what he wore, looked after him in every aspect. And the couple also taught him to be a good person and to learn the lessons well. When Ahmad got married, he took his wife to the Han parents. The couple also recognized the wife, so Ahmad and his wife formed a family. They also received 5,000 yuan from the Han parent. Ahmad was also provided a tractor from the Han couple. So as neighbors, the family has provided very much care and support to Ahmad. After Mr. Sun fell ill, Ahmad and the Han family looked after him in the hospital and also at home. I also heard that since Mr. Sun isn't really well now, Ahmad is also helping the family to look after Mr. Sun. So thank you for your story. And thank you for sharing this information with us. And I wish you can have closer bonds with each other. And I wish speedy recovery of Mr. Sun. Wish you all the best in the future. Thank you again. And from the story of Ahmad and Sister Wang, we get to understand that in rural areas, the residents of Han and Uyghur ethnicities have lived happily together. Also, I learned that in the Yuqi Township, Kolpin County in Aksu, there is a Uyghur woman whose name is Laihan Salam. He has donated a Han patient in Wuhan city of Hubei province. The cells, her story moved many. And now let's look at the video to listen to her story.
我是斯兰哈恰拉木，我的家乡是个克平镇，是个非常美丽的城市。在克平镇生活，源于外族、汉族、土著族、回族等很多民族。成都一家人，我和武汉市的一个孩子的妈妈的远很老从2019年受制，那年秋天，我在克平县红十字会参加了5场献血。现场工作人员向我介绍了捐血在水转血帮、蒙古人、救血液等患者生命的情况。我当时想，我的一点点爱心也许能培养出一个生命，建筑一个家庭，也是个挺有意义的事。我就决定加入捐血在水转血帮志愿者队伍。2021年5月，红十字会工作人员通知我，与武汉市一个患者评审成功了，是一名孩子的母亲。我刚开始有些紧张，担心自己起到好不好，营养够不够，会不会捐血了不能用。在红十字会工作人员和县医院医生的指导下，接下来的1个月里，我们一家人都做了准备。我每天坚持运动，妈妈有时给我炖鸡汤，有时给我煮羊肉。一家人都想这一顿要成功，帮助那个母亲活下去。那年6月17日，我成功捐血了在水转血包。后来红十字会工作人员告诉我，接受捐赠的是一个汉族的家庭，孩子母亲的情况很好。我当时我长舒了一口气，觉得自己所有的付出都有了意义。现在我看见自己孩子，就会想到武汉市那个素未谋面的孩子的母亲，希望他健健康康、快快乐乐。我是克平县第一个在水转血包捐献者，很多人听说了我的正义，夸赞我是民族团结的模范，我觉得很自豪，也感觉这是理所应当的事情。在我身边这样的事还有很多，我们各个民族就是为了神的真理，需要困难的帮一帮，我觉得这都是应该做的。
Dear friends from the media, distinguished guests, 9 representatives from the local communities have talked about their stories from different aspects, talked about the story of ethnic unity in Xinjiang, and showed us the people of all ethnic groups in Xinjiang work together and prosper together within the family of the Chinese nation. Next, I will welcome your questions and respond to the issues of interest. Before this press conference, some journalists have sent us their questions, so I will give the floor to these journalists. Now, MAS TV, who is online. Good afternoon. Thank you for your question. Good afternoon. I'm from MSA TV. My question is about tourism in Xinjiang. As we know, recently people are talking about the hot tourism in Xinjiang. Some even joke that people are living in the rural, in the places where used to be for the goats. So what do you think is the reason for this hot tourism in Xinjiang? And what is your comment? Now, we know there are sporadic COVID cases in China. So what has Xinjiang done to ensure the fairness and development of tourism market? Also, do you think the hot tourism in Xinjiang and people's favorite in tourism in Xinjiang is another response to the suppression by the US and some Western countries? Thank you for a question. I will first give the floor to Ms. Alijan Anayat. Okay, I will start with the reason of hot tourism in Xinjiang. Xinjiang is a place with magnificent views, rich cultural legacy, historic sites, and also ethnic characteristics. It has the most complete types, the largest number of resources, and the biggest potential of resource development in China. So far, we have already 639 A-level scenic spots, among which 17 are 5A level, ranking among the first in China. We have a lot of demonstration zones, resorts, and ski resorts, which are meeting the world class. And these have become the new destination for tourists, online celebrities, and also some online shows. The upgrading of tourism environment and management in Xinjiang has provided convenience to tourists. We have also improved infrastructure, public services, and smart tourism. We now have a lot of online platforms of tourism management and big data statistics. Also, we are promoting the Smiling Xinjiang campaign to improve service quality and thus improving the experience of tourists. Also, a lot of investment attraction projects have entered Xinjiang, and tourism is continuing to upgrade. On the first half of this year, major investment attraction projects have reached 412, with a total investment of 182.8 billion yuan. Xinjiang has coordinated COVID response and socioeconomic development, as well as development security. We have adopted a lot of measures, convened tourism conferences, and carried out different kinds of tourism campaigns to promote tourism within Xinjiang and welcome tourists outside Xinjiang to speed up the recovery of tourism. According to the statistics by third-party platforms, as well as service, in June 2022, Xinjiang received 24 million tourists, up by 66.39% month by month. Tourism income reached 17.4 billion, up by 89.69% month by month. From the 1st to 21st July, Xinjiang received 25.5 million tourists, up by 15.7% year on year. Income reached 19.1 billion yuan, up by 16.67% year on year. So the prosperity of tourism in Xinjiang is a result of the dividends of stability in Xinjiang, the scientific anti-COVID measures, and the promotion of advancing Xinjiang with cultural heritages. It's also a result that after COVID, many people are fond of enjoying themselves in Xinjiang. This situation is very hard earned, so we need to maintain and cherish. Second, I will talk about the traffic jams on Dushanzi-Kucha Highway. It is actually the National Highway 217. It stretches 561 kilometers north from Dushanzi district, Karamai, crossing the middle branch of Tianshan Mountains and reaches southward to Kucha in Aksu Prefecture. It is famous highway for tourism. Along the road, there are many scenic spots like Narat Grassland, Ain Baluk Grassland, the red mysterious valley of Tianshan Mountains, Tilmat Daban, and many other unique natural views. The tourists can feel the changing views along the road and the 4 seasons within one day. The unique natural scenery and the rich cultural heritage have attracted a lot of people who are fond of self-driving and hiking. But due to the climate, the highway is only open for 4 to 5 months every year. It has the Gobi deserts, grassland, lakes, snow mountains, iceberg, and valleys along the road. So the Chinese National Geography regards the highway as one of the most beautiful highways in China. On the 9th of July, it was the hot season for tourism and also Eid al-Adha. According to statistics, on that day, the traffic reached 28,000, which is 5-fold over the designed traffic of 5,400. Because of the sudden rise of traffic jam became a critical issue. And Xinjiang has attached great importance to this issue and made instructions. Competent authorities, including public security, transport, emergency, and cultural tourism, have sent alert info in a timely manner and released information on the scenic spots and the road traffic through various media. And also the prefectures along the highway have dispatched officials to the spot to take various measures, including guiding and cutting traffic and providing help for tourists. For instance, Yili Prefecture, Karamai, and Aksu Prefecture sends volunteers to provide medical services for tourists, as well as information consultancy of road traffic. Also, water and fruits were provided for tourists for free. The public security organs also organized traffic police to carry on their tasks. Cultural and tourism departments also had the top officials and people in charge to take part in emergency and emergency response. With this response, traffic jam was solved that day in the evening, and the next day, traffic returned to normal. Now, Xinjiang's cultural and tourism market is rich in supply in a stable manner. Welcome to visit Xinjiang and enjoy yourselves. Anti-China forces in the US and some Western countries keep slinging mud at Xinjiang, but the brand Xinjiang is a wonderful land is even more popular. The prosperity of Xinjiang's tourism is a testament to people's recognition of Xinjiang's social and economic development. It shows that the rumors spread by the anti-China forces in the US and Western countries have no space, and they can't fool the international community. Many from the international community are falling in love with the wonderful land of Xinjiang and spoken up for Xinjiang. They have spoken the words of justice and a strong response to the anti-China forces. And thank you for your question. Next, Phoenix TV. Good afternoon. Can you hear me? Good afternoon. Just now, the issue of tourism and the rising number of tourists have been mentioned. So what will Xinjiang do in the next step to improve service? Thank you for your question. I will make some introduction. To further carry out work related to tourism, especially in this hot season of tourism, on the basis of COVID response, on a regular basis, we have taken 5 measures in 5 aspects to improve tourism. First, improving the supply of hot and popular scenic spots. Preservation will be promoted. During hot hours, more ticket boxes will be opened, and we will carry out a system of maximum capacity emergency. Second, we will promote more tourism routes. We have promoted 10 new routes for the tourists, including the Jushi Ancient route and some other Silk Road, the ancient Silk Road. On these routes, there are rich cultural legacy and beautiful view. But in the past, very few tourists visited these routes. So we are actively promoting these relatively new routes to tourists so they can have a better understanding of these scenic spots. And we are developing some new tourism routes and give tourists more selections. Third, we are carrying out the service enhancement campaign called Smiling Xinjiang and strengthen law enforcement monitoring and encourage tourists to enjoy themselves safely. Fourth, we are promoting tourism around all year round. Because it's now summer holiday, there are a lot of tourists. But actually, in the 4 seasons of a year, there are a lot of worth viewing in Xinjiang. For instance, we can enjoy the flowers in the spring, enjoy the coolness in summer, get the fruits in the autumn, and go skiing in winter. We have introduced during previous conferences that in Altai, in Urumqi, there are a lot of ski resorts. Even if it can be really cold in winters, there are still a lot of tourists, especially the skiing lovers in Xinjiang. So there will be many selections for tourists all year round. So every season will be a hot season for tourism and providing more opportunities for tourists to enjoy Xinjiang. Fifth, we ensure COVID response and safety production to ensure the safe tourism of the tourists. Next, Xingtao Daily.
Good afternoon. During the inspection tour to Xinjiang by the Chinese President Xi Jinping, he didn't focus much on the counter-terrorism efforts, but focused on the cultural, socio-economic development and ethnic solidarity. Does it mean that the counter-terrorism efforts in Xinjiang has come to an end, and in the future it will focus on the social and economic development? Okay, thank you for your question. And we have seen the news a lot. Just from July 12th to the 15th, Chinese President Xi Jinping and also the General Secretary of the CPC Central Committee have inspected Xinjiang after 8 years. And he has showed the directions from the strategic and the overall situation, and which has injected the strong impetus in the political and spiritual and in our efforts. And all the ethnic groups in Xinjiang, we are inspired and we are encouraged. Now all the people, now we are working hard to learn the keynote speech by President Xi. And we also realized that to work hard, we must focus on the overarching goal of the ensuring lasting social stability, security, enduring prosperity, and fully and faithfully implement the CPC's plans on governing Xinjiang in the new era. We must balance the development and the security. We also have to maintain the social stability and the counterterrorism. And we have to stick to the general principle of seeking progress while keeping performance stable. And we will promote the high quality development. And we will also further extend reform and opening up in all respects. And that's all. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, dear friends from the media, any more questions? If there are no more questions, that's the end of today's press conference. Thank you for your time. And thank you our friends from the media and also the distinguished guests. And thank you everyone for participating in today's press conference via the video link. Thank you again. Bye.